What's going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here. Welcome back to another Division video. It's Friday. It's time for the weekly vendor reset. You know what that means. I'll go from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division to save you guys the time and the trouble. So if the video is helpful, drop a like on it. It's much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content. And when it gets here, the Division 2. Friendly reminder to double check the special blueprints vendor here in the terminal and the one at Camp Clinton, because if you own one blueprint, it goes across all of your characters, given that you have more than one. And I have all of the 256 items except for a firearms vest. So double check here and again at Camp Clinton in case there is a weapons blueprint that you want, or a mods blueprint, whatever the case is. Now, in terms of exotics and the rest of the gear in the game, if the score is low but the talents are good on the gun or gear piece, I will recommend it and just tell you to optimize it. So our exotics this week, the Liberator is a pass. Pecan, 19% damage to targets that have covered with Competent, Adept, and Pecan. Not too bad, I guess. You could use that with a skill build if you really wanted to. Centurion, pass. Cassidy, if you like to run the double boomstick with Lone Star, you can if you want to. Just reroll Determined for something else. You can keep Vicious on there. Historian, Unforgiving, prepared with 157% headshot damage. The talents are not too bad. You could pick this up and optimize it if you really want to use one. And what else do we have down here? Not a terrible Navy MP5N with Determined, Competent, and Accurate is in the free slot, so you could reroll it for something else if you want to. If you're brand new to the game, you don't have a house, you don't have a half-decent SMG, you could pick this up. Other than that, just skip it. Something better will drop in the open world that won't cost you a thing. Alright, I'm pretty sure that will be it for down here. After here, we will move on, and I will only show you the absolute best items that we have for sale this week. Alright, moving on. Upstairs in the base of operations at the gear vendor, she's got one item for sale, which is a prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit damage. 2% is a max roll, so pick it up if you need it. Okay, next up will be at Camp Hudson. There are two items for sale here. First up, come on over to the weapons vendor, and he has a small grip. 19% crit hit damage, 2.5% stability, and 4.5% reload speed, which is actually really good. I have a hard time getting 19% myself, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Next, scoot on over to the gear vendor and scroll down to the mods. You've got a prototype electronics mod, 193 electronics with 3% damage to elites. So if you've been missing out on the damage to elites mods, go ahead and pick a few of these up.
I'm thinking you'll be better.
Next, making your way up to Camp Clinton, come on over to the special equipment vendor. The exotics are honestly nothing worth taking a look at. Don't forget to double check the blueprints vendor. I do own everything, so I have nothing to show you except for a prototype performance mod over here. 7.5% support station range. These mods go perfect with builds like Reclaimer, so if you use the support station, pick a few of these up, put them on your build.
Here if you change your mind.
Alright, one stop over at Dante's Run. I'm gotta say, for the first time in at least almost a year, we have a damage to elites mod that is 4%. 202 stamina, 4% damage to elites. So for those of you that have been waiting for the 4% max roll, go ahead and pick a few of these up, put them on your build, and take out some elites. Okay, over on the east side of town at the Firewall Safe House, he has one item for sale here, which is a prototype performance mod, 5% ballistic shield damage resilience. So if you're running the D3 FNC set, whether it's classified or regular, I would pick some of these up and put them on that build.
Sorry you didn't see.
Next up is Southpaw. One item for sale here, which is a Vigorous chestplate, 1213 electronics, 10.5% EDR, which you can reroll for health, 8% skill haste, 49% ammo capacity. Optimize it and you're good to go. So if you're not a fan of Barrett's bulletproof vest or a rapid chestplate, you need something good for a skill build, Vigorous will work just fine.
Hey, I'll see you around.
See you next Friday. Madison Sand will be your next stop, and he has one item for sale here, which is once again a prototype performance mod. This time it is 4% turret damage. 4% is a max roll, so if you like to use turrets with builds like Tactician or Firecrest, whatever the case is, I would go ahead and pick a few of these up. Okay, making our way into the dark zone. That was everything for sale in the light zone. Your first one and only stop will be at East 34th Street. There is one item for sale here, which is an Omega Rifle Suppressor, 17% headshot damage, 4% crit damage, 3% crit chance with 43% reduced threat. So the dark zone once again didn't have really anything worth taking a look at this week, so that is kind of unfortunate. But overall, this week I would say was much better than the past couple of weeks, and hopefully there was an item that you guys wanted or needed, especially at one of the blueprints vendors, given that I can't see what all of them were because I own pretty much all of the 256 items. So anyways guys, that is it for me. I'm out of here. Once again, I hope that the video was helpful. Drop a like on it if so. Don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube will be at the end of the video. Other than that, have a great week, agents. Enjoy the rest of Global Event Blackout, and I'll see you soon in the next one.